What's up guys, it's Venomstar and welcome back for another video. Today guys, we are here with our IBL draft analysis since the draft was just recently took place 2 days ago. It was Saturday, May 27th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I didn't actually announce it on my channel because I kind of forgot to make a video about it, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not making a video, but now I'm here with the draft analysis, so we're gonna go over the draft. If you guys didn't see what happened during the stream, we're going to go over what I actually drafted and explain the reasoning behind all that, or at least a validation for the reason for choosing that mon specifically, because a lot of the things it was just like, hey, what do I want on my team that isn't already kind of used in a different way on my team already, with whether that be the same type or the same playstyle or whatever. Anyways, we're going to start with the captain here real quick of the team. And if you guys don't know what the captain is, it is the mon that you assign to use Z crystals if you wish to use Z crystals. So for example, mine is Dragonite, but I don't have to have a Z crystal on it at all times whenever I battle with it, so I can use stuff like Life Orb or whatever if I don't want to use a Z crystal. But if I ever want to use a Z crystal, it has to be this clip on this. Hold on, take this off here real quick. If I want to use a Z crystal, it has to be on Dragonite. So, anyways, without further ado, like I said, we were going to start off with Dragonite and then go all the way to the end. There are 11 mons, 11 by 11. I did 11 2 ones, so there's 11 mons that we have to go through, and we're gonna just explain what the reasoning was behind that and how it works with the team. I'm definitely a lot happier with this draft than I was of the draft last year. So hopefully we can get a little bit better of a score / ranking in the league this year than we did last year as well, because we were third or second to last time. So I'm hoping for at least a bit higher of a ranking in the league. So without further ado, let's hop into the first one. The first one we got here, as you can probably see on the screen, is Dragonite. The reason I drafted this first is mainly because, well, first of all, you need a dragon type on your team. It's kind of a necessity in this, especially counter draft. Is it counter draft? Counter team format. Counter league? Counter format. I don't know. In this type of counter draft league format thing we got going on here, you kind of have to have a dragon type, because it's one of the main cores of any draft team. So, because pretty much everyone has one. But I picked up Dragonite because it's kind of nowadays with things like Salamence and all the other ones. I don't know. I think Joseph drafted Kyurem Black, which is a lot more powerful, but Dragonite seems to be kind of left in the dust with all these new dragons that people are using now. Salamence isn't new, but with all the dragons that people can use now, it's kind of left in the dust. So I wanted to go with Dragonite because it doesn't have the best speed, with 80, but it has pretty decent defenses. It has pretty good attack. It's kind of an all-around good mon. It has base 134 attack, and it has the potential to be mixed or use physical or specifically special moves, and it also has multi-scale, which it reduces the damage by 50% if the wielder is at full health, so it reduces damage you take. It's pretty cool. It has multi-skill. Anyways, it's dragon flying type, so I don't know how. There's also later on you'll see that I have a bit of ice weakness, and it might end up biting me in the butt, but hopefully it's not going to. So I'm gonna try and prepare for any ice types that end up being on the enemy's team. So anyways, with this, he gets all the different he gets the option to use all the different elemental punches with fire, thunder, and ice punch. He is set up with dragon dance and stuff. He has outrage, earthquake, dragon claw, multi-scale, all that stuff. And he also, I was thinking about using probably the Flynium Z on him most of the time. I can probably use the Dragonium as well, but most of the time I think I'm going to use the Flynium for just various different things. Actually, I don't know. He also gets E-Speed, which is great. It's always good to have an E-Speed mon on your team. I think I have one. I don't know how many other people actually have one. I know I have one, but I don't know what everyone else is looking like. So anyways, there's not really much of a reason behind that besides just I want a dragon type. I want to get that out of the way. It's my A tier pick, and my captain. So I guess without further ado, we're gonna hop into the next pick here. We got Volcarona, which is our B tier pick. It was our second pick, I think, in the draft overall, because we went A, then B, then I think we went down to C maybe, and then I don't know. It was a mix. It was quite a cluster of things. I don't really remember much about it. I had to wake up at like 7 or 6:30 in the morning, and it was quite. I don't know. I usually don't wake up that early, but the next one we picked, as you can see on the screen, is Volcarona, because of the fact that it has Quiver Dance. You know, that's already a great thing to have. It's a really good sweeper, as well as it has base 135 special attack. So like, bro, 135 special attack, that's pretty high. It also has base 100 speed. You know, it's got pretty good special defense as well. It has... Someone's making noise. Like, in another room. Okay, sorry about that, guys. There was just a little thing. Someone was banging on the wall outside. But we have... Basically, back to what we were saying with Volcarona. It's got really good special attack. I don't know exactly where I'm going to leave off from here. But it has really good special attack, really good speed. It's pretty decent special defense. So if you want to run it at least slightly bulky on the special side, it can do that as well. It doesn't have the best abilities with Swarm and Flame Body, but it definitely makes up for that with like having Quiver Dance as well. It's really good for setup and sweeping and such, and it has really good coverage with Giga Drain and Psychic. So you can really, like, for example, if you have like a water type that you don't want to get completely destroyed by, you got Giga Drain just in case you need to like get a quick knockout or something. I don't know, take care of that real quick. Like, it has the option for just like a bunch of different coverage. It has like, I don't know, Fire Blast, I guess. I think it has Flamethrower as well. I probably would end up using Flamethrower. Yeah, and it really just has quite a diverse moveset if depending on what you want to do exactly. Whoa, what? It has Morning Sun as well. I didn't even know that. So you can I guess heal yourself if you got the Sun up, or like you can heal yourself either way. But it has like Signal Beam, so that's like stab bug type, as well as like Solar Beam. So if I'm ever running like a sunny day, I don't know, if for example, if I'm going against someone that has drought or whatever, or wants to use sunny day, I can maybe prepare for that with that. It also has like Tailwind, so we can end up like speeding up our team a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of different moves that it can use. I mean, I just wanted it because it's like, you know, I never get to use it very often, and Volcarona is like a pretty strong mon, especially on the special side. It can like totally sweep a team, no problem. But yeah, I feel like it'll be really great to have, especially with that. I guess with the Flame Body, if it ever tries to take a hit from something, it'll possibly make contact and burn them on, and making its attack a lot lower. I don't know how much they changed the burn. I think they changed the burn effects in Sun and Moon. I don't know exactly how much they changed it, so we'll have to see. But next up, we got on the team is Rosary. It has some pretty good special attack, but we're having a lot of special attackers so far on the team. Well, we got 2 so far with Volcarona and Rosary, but it's the 2 special attackers. It has pretty decent special attack. It has really nice special defense as well. I think it's the same as Volcarona. Yeah, it's the same as Volcarona, except it just has 10 less speed as well. So it's decently fast, but it's not the fastest. It does have Technician as an ability. I don't know exactly what I could use with that, but it is have some pretty decent abilities as well. It has what's the word? Recovery with Synthesis, as well as having like Sleep Powder, Extra Sensory, which for coverage, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, or Leaf Storm, so that also works pretty well. Yeah. It also has the option for like Spikes or Toxic Spikes if I want to throw that on there just to get a more bulky set with like Black Sludge. And it seems like it'll be a really cool thing to use. It has Dazzling Gleam as well. That's quite the coverage right there. So if I want to like get rid of what is Fairy even super effective against? I don't even remember what Fairy is super effective against, honestly, but yeah, it's super effective to Dark. I don't know, if you just want some coverage for things, I mean, it doesn't really work necessarily on anything that's super effective against it. Like, it's not going to work for Fire, Flying, Ice, or Psychic types, but if there's ever like a secondary typing that includes something that a Fairy is super effective against, then it works for that. So I guess I can run Dazzling Gleam sometimes if there's ever a situation where I would need to, as well as Extra Sensory and all of the little hidden powers as well. And there's also like Leech Seed if we want to run that. Petal Dance. What is Petal Dance? Okay, I mean, I probably wouldn't use that very often, but I'm just looking over it right now. It has Shadow Ball, which is good coverage, Sludge Bomb, and yeah. Is that all we got on here? Weather Ball. Probably not going to use Weather Ball. yeah, probably not gonna use Weather Ball, but yeah, basically that's all we got for Rosary. I'm not having super specific reasons why I picked all of these. I'm just like, it works with the team, so I might as well pick it, you know, and I would kind of base it off of what everyone else is picking if I ever got sniped or whatever, so stuff like that. So we're gonna go on to the next one here. We got Espeon as our next pick. It is now an RU. I thought it was in UU. Maybe it was UU in X and Y. Yes, it was UU in X and Y, but now it's RU for whatever reason. So yeah. It does have Magic Bounce, which is a really good ability to have, especially in this format where people are trying to put effects on you and stuff. Keeps people on their toes, and gives you that little like controlling advantage when you have Magic Bounce on them on, because if they at some point forget about it or feel like they won't be able to use a certain move because of that Magic Bounce, you kind of have control over their strategy and thinking there. So it kind of gives the battle to you in a sense, keeps the ball in your court, you know. So it also, it seems like I'm just drafting special attackers, but I guarantee you, we do have 1, 2, kind of 3, I guess. No, that's a special attacker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 special or physical attackers. So, right? Yeah, we have 5, potentially 6 physical attackers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Anyways, we have a decent balance between the special and physical attackers. But yes, Espeon, it does have really nice special attack. It has really nice special defense and speed. I mean, it's not great special defense. It's 95. That's not too bad. It does have 110 speed though, so that's pretty fast. It's not crazy fast, but it's pretty decent. I think like it's like the second fastest evolution next to Jolteon with 130. So Espeon is going to be pretty decent to have. It can run it has a lot of different coverage as well with like what has Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot. It does have the option to use Calm Mind. It also has Morning Sun, as does Volcarona, and it does have the option for Psyshock as well if I'm trying to like pull those tricks, you know what I'm saying? It has, let's just look over at his moveset here. It does have Dream Eater for whatever reason, probably not going to use that. It does have Grass Knot, like I said, all the hidden powers. It can use Hyper Voice. I don't know when I would need to use that, but in case I would ever need to use Hyper Voice, there it is. Yeah. Let's look over a little bit more here. We have Shadow Ball, Signal Beam as well, in case I ever want to use Signal Beam. Synchro Noise? What? Only damages Pokemon of the same type as the user. Yeah, probably not going to use that. Probably not going to use Synchro Noise. And Trump Card. I don't know whenever I use. I don't know when I would ever use Trump Card, but I'm probably not going to. It also has Yawn and Wish. So if we ever want to heal up another Mon, or we want to, put something to sleep, there you go. You got the Yawn on there. And I think that'll work out pretty well with Espeon. It can really use a lot of different tactics. Like with that Yawn, Magic Activator was actually telling me that I think Yawn would be good on an Espeon in certain situations. So yeah, also if you have like a trick on there as well, if you want to get rid of like a choice item and put it on something else, and get whatever they have, and kind of like unlock up their abilities, especially like if it's a physical attacker, you trick that choice specs onto them and get whatever item they have. Whether that be a Soul Vest or whatever, it seems like it'll be a pretty decent option. So, without further ado, let's hop into the next mon. Here we got Hariyama, and the reason for having Hariyama is not because I think it's a good mon. It probably has potential in certain situations, but I mainly chose it because, if you may know, Magic Activator, speaking of him from what he said earlier, or what I was saying he said earlier, he is not a big fan of what's it called? He's not a big fan of Hariyama. I don't know why I couldn't think of its name. It's right here, but he's not a big fan of Hariyama. So I decided to scoop up Hariyama as more of like a meme pick. You know, the joking pick. You know what I'm saying? And I did nickname it Magic Sacktivator because Hariyama is kind of a sack. It's like a punching bag or a trash bag or whatever. It's a sack. You know what I'm saying? So Magic. We always joke around having Magic Activator mean different things, or like changing his name to mean different things or whatever. So I decided to go with instead of Magic Activator, it's Magic Sactivator. So there you go. It's kind of a mean pick, but nonetheless, it does have pretty decent HP and attack. It's kind of trash in all other stats, but I mean, I feel like it could be a good Slowmon to have on the team. It's slightly bulky. It does have base 120 attack, so it can lay down the hurt if you really wanted to. It also does have Guts, Sheer Force, and Thick Fat, so it kind of has a good set of abilities if you want to use maybe Flame Orb with the Guts. It has Fake Out, Knock Off, Close Combat, Feint, Brick Break, Bulldoze, Bullet Punch. Yeah, it has Bullet Punch with that priority. So if you really want to, you can run a lot of priority moves and kind of negate the effects of that bad speed stat as well. It has Cross Chop. I mean, I don't know when I would need to use that. I'd probably use Close Combat the majority of the time. But also, yeah, if it has Sheer Force, I remember, I think it had Breloom last time, and I think Breloom had Technician, and I used Force Palm, but it works, the same principle applies here, because it does have Technician, or no, it does have Sheer Force, and Force Palm has a 30% chance to paralyze, so I could run that, because it has a 30% boost of attack. I guess I would still use Close Combat either way, so I guess there'd really be no point to that. It did have more of a point with Technician boost, but with Sheer Force, it's not really as much the case. It does also have Earthquake, so if we want to run that, that'd be good. It has, I think, all the different elemental punches: Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. It has Power Up Punch, Poison Jab, Knock Off. Like I said before, it has Iron Head as well, so it really has like a pretty good set of moves to run. Rock Slide. I mean, I guess it has Smelling Salts. I don't think there's a move that, or an item that automatically paralyzes you. I feel like there should be, but I guess there's not. There's no Thunder Orb, I guess, but or Electric Orb, I don't know. So it does have Stone Edge as well, Superpower, if I wanted to run that. It has, like I said, Thunder Punch, and yeah, it has a pretty decent moveset. It has quite the variation depending on what you want to play it like. So I think it'll be a pretty decent mon to have. Like, even though it was kind of a meme pick, it still has pretty decent attack and HP stats, so maybe we can put good use to it. I don't know. But without further ado, let's hop into the next pick. Here we got Probopass, the game show button mon. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, basically his head looks like a button and it kind of like squishes in every few seconds, so it's like boom, 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 boom. Anyways, you guys might be able to see it on the layout. I don't know if I'm using the 6th gen version of that, but anyways, he does have, I did have to pick an E tier pick, and Probopass is an E tier, so I did want to choose something that was a bit, that I could get a lot out of without, it being like, oh, that's my E tier pick, I'm probably never going to use it. But Probopass, actually, while it being extremely slow and having not very good attacking stats, it has base 145 defense and base 150 special defense. Like, that's a lot of defense. Just saying. It has sturdy as well. I don't know when you would ever be able to one-shot it in the first place. It has Magnet Pull and Sand Force. So it has a pretty decent set of abilities as well. It has great defenses, so I can run a mixed defense or whatever I want to do. It does have the option for a bunch of different moves as well. It has Volt Switch, which would be pretty interesting to see what happens. It does have Explosion, so Steve, you're gonna give Steve a run for his money with his Explosion Probopass. See how that works out. I'm trying to think of moves here that would help it a lot. It does have, like, if you want to run Toxic on it, it can use that. I'm trying to think of like moves that would work with its, like, the fact that it's not a super good attacker. I mean, it has Self-Destruct and Explosion. That's quite the set right there. It has Stealth Rock, so it can definitely be a rock setter if I want it to be. It can run Taunt, it can run Thunder Wave, it can run Toxic, or Volt Switch. It has a decent set of moves that it can go ahead and use. It probably can use an attacking move that has quite the set of rock type moves with Rock Slide. Actually, not really, but it has Rock Slide, so I mean that's decent. It also has the option for, I think, all of the elemental punches. It does have Fire Punch, Ice Punch, yes, and Thunder Punch. Yeah, so it has the option for all the elemental punches. Stealth Rock, oh no, it also gets Stone Edge. So yeah, we'll probably run Stone Edge on it eventually, or maybe just Rock Slide, I don't know. And we also have, like I said, the Volt Switch to switch out whenever we want. Actually, it is kind of a special attacker. So I guess we would use like Volt Switch and Earth Power, Flash Cannon, and stuff like that, which would work pretty decently. I mean, it has base 75 special attack. That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. So I feel like that is a decent pick, at least for being in the E tier. It was a great use of like what we had as options. So anyway, without further ado, we'll top into the next pick we have here is Florges. This is another special attacker for you guys. It's I'm not sure. I mean, I really like Florges as a wall and stuff. It's a really good special attack, really good special defense. I mean, it has 154 base special defense. That's more than Probopass. So it's like technically our biggest special defense wall. It works really well with its special defense. It also has special attack of 112 and a base speed of 75 with the ability to use Calm Mind, so it can even raise that base special defense even higher with that Calm Mind, as well as the special attack. I probably end up using it with Leftovers probably. It also does have the option for Synthesis, Moonblast, and Aromatherapy, and Wish, and Protect. So like, I mean, like, there's a lot of things you can do with it. Since it has Moonblast, I probably wouldn't be using Dazzling Gleam on it. It does have the option for Energy Ball, and Giga Drain, and Grass Knot, and Heal Bell. I mean, if you want to go with that, it kind of has Aromatherapy already, so you don't really need to use Heal Bell, but I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference. It can be a screen setter, I think. Does it have Reflect? No, it just has Light Screen, so it can't be necessarily a full screen setter, but I guess if I want to set down screens, why not, right? It has Psychic as well, so if you want to have that for coverage. And yeah, I might run Toxic on it at some point, with the Synthesis and such. So yeah, I think it's a pretty decent pick to get, definitely for that special defensive wall. It sealed the deal with that kind of thing. So I don't have much to say about it because it's kind of just there. It's really good though, so I do plan on using it a lot. Next up, we got Gelatin, aka, what did we name it? I forgot what we named it. Anyways, does it show here? Does not show here. Anyways, Gelatin. I did forget what I named it. Hold on, let me just check real quick. I don't know why I didn't mention it for the other ones. I'm gonna see what I named it. Let's see here. Gelatin is Gelonzo. Oh yeah. Gelonzo from Splatoon. That's what I named the Gelatin. Boom. See guys, I know references, so I named it Gelonzo. Anyways, despite that, we are going to talk about what Gelatin has to offer. So it has Damp, first of all, which kind of halts Steve from using any explosion mons on my team, because I'm like, boom, Gelatin, take that Damp, and absorb all of that explosion. Also, we have Curse Body and Water Absorb, which would be decent. Like, Water Absorb, it kind of, you get the heals when you get hit by water type attacks, and it kind of like gives you a water type immunity on your team, which is great to have. Also with Curse Body, we can disable moves. I mean, it's more of a running the risk of like not getting any use out of it, but we do have a chance to disable moves. So if we have anything that's like gonna sweep our entire team, we'd be like, boom, Gelatin, Curse Body, disable that move. So it kind of is a sweep halter. It can stop the sweeps, you know. So it also has stuff like Scald and Hex. So if we want to run Will-O-Wisp and Hex, that will work out pretty decently. It has as well as Recover, so it does have recovery and stuff like that. We can run Taunt. We can run. Oh, it has Blizzard. We can. I mean, if we ever want to run Blizzard, why not? You know, it has Dark. It does have some pretty good coverage with Dark Pulse, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, all of the hidden power moves, of course. Ice Beam, Icy Wind, which will lower the speed, which is nice. We got Psychic on here. We got Skull, which is probably going to be our main move. We have Shadow Ball, Shock Wave, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Yeah, we're probably going to run Shadow Ball and Skull alongside each other most of the time. Maybe not alongside each other all the time, but it maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what works. How it works out. But Will-O-Wisp is definitely going to help us a lot, especially if we're running Hex on here. So is Hex physical or special? I don't know. It has a base 60 attack and a base 85 special attack, so it's not too bad. It also has a base special defense of 105, which is pretty decent if we want to run it as a bit of a bulky mon. Wait, hold on. Let's see what Hex is. Hex is special. Okay, cool. So if we do have Will-O-Wisp on here, we can go ahead and run that with the Hex. as well. So I think that's going to be it for Gelatin. Not much to talk about, but I do hope to use it a lot. Without further ado, we'll top into the next one, which is Nidoking, our Alexi, I think. Alexi after the first name of the guy who is the Rhino in the Marvel universe with Spider-Man, I believe. I think his first name is Alexi because he's like Russian or something. Yeah, Aleksei is how it's spelled. Anyways, we're gonna look at Nidoking here. He does have pretty rounded out stats. They're all pretty much fairly similar, but he has a pretty decent attack stat of 102, as well as fairly decent special and attack and speed with 85. With both of them. Also, it has sheer force, which we definitely will probably use with like Sludge Wave, which has a 10% chance to poison, I believe. Earth Power, which can lower special defense. Ice Beam, which can freeze. Superpower, I think, which, let's check here what Superpower has it. Actually, I don't know if it would count lowering the user's attack and defense. Is it attack and defense? Yes. I don't know if sheer force works with that, because it's technically a secondary effect, but it's a secondary effect on yourself. So I don't know how that would work. But it does have sheer force to work with those moves as well. And it does have the option for stuff like, if you want coverage with Aqua Tail, or Avalanche, or Brick Break, or, I mean, I think it gets Earthquake, right? Yeah, it gets Earthquake. So we can run special or physical, whichever we want, I guess. We get Earthquake, and we get Flamethrower, we get Focus Blast, we get all the hidden power moves, Ice Beam as well, Icy Wind, if we want to lower that speed, my dude, or I guess we get the sheer force boost. I mean, if we're having Ice Beam, we might as well get the boost from that. Oh yeah, true. If it's Ice Beam, 30% of 90. What is? I feel like 30% of 90. Should I not? I feel like that's a really easy thing to do. I don't know. Hold on. Let's just do some minor calculations. I feel like that should be an easy thing to do, but I, for some reason, cannot think of what 30% of 90 is. Why? I have no idea. Would it be? Hold on. 90 times 30 divided by 1. Oh wait, crap. Oh. There we go. 27. Why would I not know? Okay. 27 is 30% of 90. So if we did go with, where is it? Nidoking. If we did go with Ice Beam, we would get a 27 boost to that 90 base power, making it 117. So we can run Ice Beam with 117 base power. That's pretty nice. I don't know why I did all that just to figure that out. It also is Iron Tail, which would end up being 130 base power because it's already 100 base power already. So I mean that's pretty nice as well. It has Mega Horn. It has, I mean, Mega Horn. That's pretty decent. I don't think I would end up using Mega Kick or Mega Punch. I'll just have Outrage. It has Poison Jab, Poison Tail, which I probably wouldn't use. Power Up Punch. Rock Slide. Let's see what else here. We got Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Stealth Rock, so it can be a Rock Setter as well. Got Stone Edge on here, Sucker Punch, Superpower. You know, there's a lot of different things. It actually has a pretty decent moveset with Thunder, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, Toxic Spikes as well. So if we want to set up the spikes, that'd be cool. But anyways, yeah, Nidoking, it's a great mon. Great mon. I do plan on using it a lot. But yes, anyways, on to the next one. Electivire. We got Electivire. It's got Motor Drive, which is just pretty decent. I mean, like, it's kind of slept on a lot, I feel like, with it has pretty decent speed with 95, and Motor Drive gives you a electric immunity. I feel like I do have a lot of immunities on the team with Electivire's Motor Drive gives an electric immunity. Gelatin with Water Absorb gives the water immunity. We do have Dragonite, which gives the ground immunity. And then just the other immunities. Wait, where do we got? Do we have a ghost type on our team? Yes, Gelatin. Gelatin also has, so if with Water Absorb, Gelatin would have 3 immunities. That'd be pretty nice with normal, fighting, and water. I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna be pretty cool. We do also have some electric immunities with the ground type, with Nidoking as well. So yeah, Electivire, it's pretty decent. Has base 123 special physical attack, and it has a really good moveset. I'm actually kind of like running a little past how long I wanted to be recording, but it does have pretty decent moves. So it got a pretty nice moveset with all the punching moves. Has some pretty good physical attacking moves as well, with like Hammer Arm and other stuff. And what we got? Power Up Punch as well. Rolling Kick. What? I mean, I don't know. Might try out Rolling Kick. We'll see. It's got Submission as well. I mean, there's many things that we could use on this. It's got a lot of good physical moves. So without talking much more about Electivire, because we kind of are running a lot longer than I wanted to. So let's go hop into the last one, which is Zygarde 10%. And like I was saying before, our team does have a bit of an ice weakness. And with that, obviously Zygarde 10% kind of contributes a lot to that, because for the last mon, I had a B tier mon as my last choice. So I was like, what do I want? I want something that's faster, because we're kind of low on fast mons. So I was like, what can I use? I don't know. I was thinking about Lucario, and then I feel like we'd have quite a ground and fighting weakness. So I was like, you know what? Let's go with Zygarde 10%. We can't use Power Construct, but it does have a pretty decent moveset as well. What was the multipliers of Dark and Fairy? I don't know what Dark and Fairy Aura are. I think that's part of Xerneas and Yveltal's thing. So Aura Break is kind of we don't really get to use the ability much, but we do have a base 100 attack, a base 115 special attack or speed, and base 85 special defense. That's not too shabby. You know what I'm saying? It does get its signature move. Oh no, we do have 2 months with extreme speed. We have Dragonite and Zygarde 10%. We both have extreme speed on both of those. Sweet. You got 2 months with extreme speed. That's gonna be pretty nice. It's got 1,000 arrows, and it can use Outrage. It has a lot of different moves that it can use. Core Enforcer. What? Nullifies the foe's ability if the target moves first. Dang. Core Enforcer. That's nice. I mean, it's not a special attacking mon in the slightest. It's 61 base special, but we're probably not going to use that much. It does have the option for Earthquake as well. So, I mean, it does have some pretty powerful moves. I don't know when we'd use Earthquake as opposed to 1,000 arrows. I mean, I guess it is more powerful. It's 100 base as opposed to 90 base. But, base power, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, just have Land's Wrath. I don't know what that does. It's just 90 base power and nothing else. It has Iron Tail as well. Outrage, like I said, Rock Slide. You know, these things that we can use. Stone Edge. 1,000 waves and 1,000 arrows. Prevents targets from switching. Yo, 1,000 waves? That could be crucial. I don't know. It also has Zen Headbutt as well for that coverage. So, what the gist of this I'm trying to get at, it's like, you know, it'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty decent. While we do have that big ice weakness, I feel like it'll be a good help to the team. So, that is going to be it, guys, for our draft analysis / recap video thing we got going on here. We do have, I think I'm really actually proud and happy with this team. I think we're going to be able to put it to good use. So, without further ado, if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to support the IBL and this channel, please go ahead and feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and go ahead and subscribe to the IBL channel. I'll leave the link in the description down below. But without further ado, wait, if you guys did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, I'm trying to rethink of what my outro is. If you guys did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.